It's very hard to fathom that a place like this exists. The first time that we drove down, it was a very dense neighborhood. But then suddenly, after a really sharp turn, you're met with a forest. And you could almost feel like there's a magical twinkling in the air.
So I start.
You start with I'm Sean, and it costs $89,000. I'm Ashley.
I'm Sean.
We made Okayama our second home 2 years ago.
And it costs $89,000.
Welcome to Isle of Dreams. Oh, what?
Sorry, what? I got remember. In 2022, we started exploring the idea of moving to Japan. I'm an architectural designer and art fabricator with projects based in Singapore and Japan.
And I am a freelance television producer.
We had actually been to Okayama before, so when we noticed that there was this house available, I was quite keen to explore moving here.
I have studied overseas before, and I really enjoyed being exposed to different cultures. As a young mom, I was really hoping that if we have a chance to do it with our kid, Luna, we would provide her that chance. Luna is currently 4 years old and very open to absorbing new things. That's why we also push for having 2 different homes. Ideally, we're gonna do this 3 months back and forth until she turns primary school education age, and then we'll be permanently based in Singapore. Okayama is known as the land of sunshine and the farming region.
And it isn't really on most people's radars, but we really like how peaceful and calm it is. I was looking for somewhere a bit more rural with a bit more space, whereas Ash was looking for somewhere that's a bit more city and a bit more accessible.
When we found this house, we fell in love with it immediately because it's only 20 minutes drive to the main city.
So the house itself was built in 1958 and it was used up to about 14 or 15 years ago. This was originally the second house of a company president in Okayama City.
Because of his architecture training and me being part of the media industry, we're very good with visualizing what a space could become. This is one of the guest rooms. So all of this is all original. The only difference is we painted all the walls. We had a friend who stayed here. She painted this art piece inspired by the bugs that she met here. When we bought this house, we wanted to do all the internal renovations on our own as much as possible. Sean has also made me this wardrobe at a height that was appropriate for me. It's always great to have extra set of hands to help.
We just get an open call and be like, hey, we have this place.
A lot of our Singaporean friends decided to come stay here.
Yeah, artistic and creative. So we want to give them the avenues and the spaces to just go wild.
When we said that, oh, you can paint whatever you want, they have this fear that, oh, it has to be permanent and it has to be perfect. But we really don't care about these details. As long as you enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it, you are free to daydream in any space of the house here. It can come in any form of like artwork on the wall, a piece of pottery, and then if you leave it here, we'll take care of it for you.
Okay, can I try?
Lynette's one of those people who have had the chance to stay here.
I've stayed twice, once in summer this year and then now I'm back. I'm actually on sabbatical from work, so I have had a lot of time to travel, to make things. Sean, he's also a very encouraging, very supportive friend.
In the environment that you might be used to, that you grew up in, sometimes there's almost an expectation to succeed at your first try or not do it at all. For people who are artistic, you always need the initial process of just trying things out, just for the fun of it, to see if things work.
Wait, the base broke.
Yes.
The base broke and
Okay.
so we need a new base.
We wanted to make sure that this entire home can provide for people with artistic backgrounds and talents, that they are free to just do whatever that they want to do.
We also had that attitude towards renovation work. So I've been working on this cabin for the last 6 months or so, on and off. The idea being that it's a structure that I wanted to build from scratch, from the foundations up. We're doing a lot of these things for the first time. Yes, it's a bit more work maybe, but it doesn't have to be perfect because if you made it, you can fix it. So this is our favorite coffee place in Maruyama, our neighborhood, and they do really good freshly roasted coffee. This is our favorite drink, the Maruyama Red Bull. It's honey lemon soda made with honey and lemons from the area with a shot of espresso. And Ash's favorite is the affogato. Both these drinks are on the summer menu, so it's kind of a secret menu item during the winter. But we're the only weirdos in town who drink ice drinks during the winter. A lot of the community that we formed around our neighborhood can be largely credited to our friend who runs the local coffee shop.
Christmas blend.
He has a lot of regulars and he kind of acts as a bridge, introducing us to people he thinks we might be friends with.
Whenever Luna's at school, we try to use this time to run all our errands. Right now, we're on our way to the farmer's market. It's actually about 15 to 20 minutes away from home.
I'm always excited to go to the farmer's market because we never know what we're going to get. JA is a farmers association, so they support farmers by providing places for them to sell their extra produce.
This is what we came here for. Fresh strawberries, like an entire box of this only costs 1,600 yen, which is so rare if you don't live in a place that produces them.
There are days where it's really popular and you need to come early in the morning to get the best strawberries.
Yeah, as you can tell, some of the stands are already empty because it was all filled. Look at how perfect that looks. You really need to smell this to be able to tell how fresh it is. Actually, what's interesting is that Sean and I met on a cooking show. So going into the relationship, I already knew that he knows how to cook. So I think I lucked out. As a Singaporean, being able to see small chili makes me very, very happy. They sell tiny chili plants here in a little cup. It's just very amusing to me. This is evidence of a very successful farmer's market run. Let's go home.
Let's go! Hello, Tomoko.
Arigato. Sumimasen.
大丈夫です。どうぞどうぞ。We've been inviting our friends who are Japanese and who are local to hang out in our house. They're interested and they want to come over and they want to hang out, but they're also not sure how to engage because that just isn't something that is commonly done. Japanese people tend to be quite private, especially with regards to their homes. I saw the bonsai that you made on Instagram and I really liked it. We made this little shelf outside the kitchen and we thought it would be nice to display a sculpture there.
I think it will be okay.
Ash and I have always liked inviting people into our home because for us that checks both boxes where we get to stay at home and we get to hang out with our friends. Now I'm just preparing dinner for some of our friends who are coming over. We decided to make a nice winter stew. So we're doing a wild boar ragu and we're going to serve it with homemade pool noodles. The wild boar comes from a friend whose father is 87 and he's a wild boar hunter up in Mitsu, which is north-ish of here. And a lot of the veggies are from the farms kind of around here. The wild boar meat here is very sweet and has a very delicate kind of flavor. And it's considered a delicacy even among people who live in Okayama. So we're very lucky in that we have these connections to people who are very generous with the produce. In Japan, people don't really hang out at each other's houses, but Ash and I like to have people at home and I like to cook and I like to share food and stuff like that. You want to try one? Yeah. Grab the ends like this, right, and you stretch and you snap. That's right. Okay, Luna, you want to tear it? So you tear it in half. I met Kamo at the coffee shop. So Kamo-kun is like born and bred Maruyama, right? So.
We don't have much foreign guests from overseas in Okayama so far, but Sean have all the friends from overseas, and I can introduce the beauty of the Japanese tradition. So it's a lot of fun, and this place is becoming a community hub, I think.
We just moved around here 2 months ago, and then you connected us to many people. Like, I am so like surprised and also inspired how much you made here as your home. You respectfully open your house to everyone.
That experience made us want to host.
Yeah.
Do the kind of same thing.
We are starting to realize that people are also interested in our lives and wanting to be a part of it. So I think that's very endearing.
Some of our friends refer to our house as a Himitsukichi, which means like a secret base. It has this vibe of being a secret, safe space that people will come and hang out in.
I've always viewed life not as just one chapter but an entire book, and it's filled with different chapters, and just for this chapter of our life we just happen to be here, and while we are here we try to create as many core memories as possible.
Mama, look!
You love it?
I love it. I think it's very cute. What do you think, Luna?
Luna, do you love it?